Coffee is hard to grow. Coffee only grows in very specific regions, very specific climates, very specific soil types. Coffee is not an easy crop to grow.
I like your delivery on that line because it makes it sound like you've been trying really hard to grow coffee yourself. Coffee is really hard to grow.
I haven't?
It's been really difficult and hard on us as a couple.
Sharing that one bean, that one teeny tiny bean.
The teeny beanie.
Nope.
No, go in
That's
there.
a thing.
Nope.
But climate change is impacting a lot of different industries, and what you're going to find is stuff that's grown closer to the equator is the stuff that's going to get hit first. And so climate change is affecting stuff like coffee prices a ton. And so you're going to get a bunch of people saying like, oh, well, they're ripping us off. It's like, no, it's just way harder to grow coffee than it was a couple of years ago, and it's only getting more difficult. For Loblaws, like, this is a very easy PR move for them. Because like they are able to just say like, oh yeah, we're fighting to protect your prices. We are going to keep that $20 a pound coffee on the shelf. The cheap Folgers, that's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think as well, it's that it is more difficult to grow coffee. There's lots of climate change implications with growing coffee. But I think the timing of that increase from 2020 with the pandemic was very much a case of we've got a bunch of people at home drinking pots of coffee now that weren't drinking pots of coffee before. And that reduced the supply, which increased the price, which then made the manufacturer go, hey, we can charge more money for this. This is easy.
So now I'm incredibly curious about your coffee consumptions.
That's a good question.
How much coffee do you guys drink?
I 2 cups a day maximum. One's usually a decaf, though.
Like just drip coffee?
No, I have the biodegradable pods.
I like that you had to highlight biodegradable. It's like,
Well,
I swear I'm not killing the environment.
Don't the tree huggers coming after us.
They're made by Pure Pod. It's a Canadian invention. I did 2 campaigns for them. Made by Pure Pod. They're
get that name you dropped there. Hang on.
Pure Pod. That's right. They're owned by a Chinese company now. They're never paying me again.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
They were Canadian. And the hard shell part of the outside, the rim of it, and the outside is made from coffee bean shells. Which is fantastic. And they fully biodegrade. Like you can put them in a food cycler and they'll go down to just mulch. Amazing. Yeah.
I'll usually have about 3 double espressos a day.
You don't say, Steve.
Look, it's not my fault my heart's stuck on hummingbird.
I can feel the vibration from Alberta.
I don't think my blood pressure measurement machine would go that high. No. That's horrible. 3 espressos. What are you, Italian? Oh, you're French. I forgot.
I'm Italian and I can't do 3 espressos.
That's true. Yeah.
But like it's not like we saw it with olives, right? I mean, it depends on the crop. It depends on the season. Olive oil went through the roof, right? We see it sometimes. If it's a bad growing year in BC when we're all craving our BC fruit, that actually tastes like something, and it goes up. I don't think this is a we're doing it for the people from Loblaws. They don't do anything for the people.
No, they're doing it for the PR. And I feel like Folgers is not a particularly high volume brand these days. I feel like most people have moved on to like, I don't know, other brands or Canadian brands. Or
I think as far as like cheap coffee goes, it's pretty good. But I feel the majority of people who are buying Folgers coffee are going to be buying it from Walmart. They're not going to be buying it from Loblaws anyway.
Right? Yeah, maybe.
Well, and I feel like anybody buying Folgers coffee is going to be like, okay, well, I don't care. I'll just grab Nabob tomorrow. Maybe. Unless it's crystals. If it's Folgers crystals, then like...
The freeze-dried crystals.
Crystals?
Commercials from back in the day.
Chicory?
I just remember the Chris Farley Saturday Night Live one where they're like, we switched his coffee for Folgers crystals, and he just like goes ballistic.
What? What was I going to say? I was going to say something fantastic, and I've totally forgotten it about now.
Something about Folgers.
I'm curious about what your olive oil consumption is.
3 cups a day.
Thank you, Steve. I tee him up. You knock him out of the park.
That caught me off guard.
Here's a question for you. Is the decision to pull Folgers coffee, though, going to be an effective strategy to pressure other suppliers against price increasing? Because every step along the supply chain is going to, as I say, whatever price they can get away with, whatever price the market will bear is the price it's going to be. So is it going to have any effect on other maybe other brands or other products that are more reliant upon Loblaws to be like, okay, well, we're not going to push our luck. We're going to keep our price where it is.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I really think this is just a PR move. I think this is just, look, we care. Ignore that bread price fixing payment.
Right?
Yeah.
It's been
Don't
going on
worry
for
about
7
that. We're the
years.
good
Yeah.
guys. We care
Yeah.
about you.
Someone's
Don't
at
worry
the
about
front
Galen
at our front
Weston's
door.
castle.
Like, I mean, with Loblaws buying power, like it's an odd thing to me. But like, because I don't shop at Superstore, so do they have like a comparable where we know it's made in the same factory, but it just has a Loblaws?
Memories of coffee.
Is that it? Could be. Could be. I don't
Memories of being awake.
know.
Yeah.
I'm putting my trust in you, losers. And
I,
you're
as a
making
matter
fun
of
me.
principle, do not go to Loblaws stores.
Mhm.
Really interesting.
So I have the good fortune of the nearest grocery store to me being the Co-op.
Nice.
Oh,
And so
Okay.
Dee and I get most of our stuff there. We go to the Co-op and then we go to Costco for all the stuff you can't get there.
all right. I'm a Sobeys man myself.
Noted leftist institution, Costco.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. But hey, you get a lot of it. We used to have a lot of Sobeys in Edmonton, and I don't know, they've gone away. I used to like Sobeys too, but they're also villainous in what they do. No, I'm just curious if like, because like that happens, right? It's like the same product, it's just packaged differently and sold.
Sure.
So that's what I'm like. Is this some kind of game that they're playing? Of like, we're not going to buy Folgers, but please buy our brand in
Which
the
is
yellow.
Folgers.
Which is Folgers in a yellow
Which is-
package.
Folgers.
Folgers.
Coffee. Unrelated.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it can be because I mean, one of the things that Walmart does, I remember reading in the Walmart Effect, fantastic book, saying how that Walmart would go to its suppliers and say, we want this cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And the suppliers would be like, well, we can't sell you our regular product that cheaply because we'll lose a ton of money elsewhere. You're not the only game in town.
Mhm.
However, you're important to us. So we're going to make a special version of our product.